All right, so anyone else out there feeling a little bewildered by Manchester City lately?
Well, yeah, their recent form has been, let's say, unexpected.
Yeah, a bit of an understatement. What did you
Yeah.
say? I mean, one win in 12 for a team like City. It's
It's definitely raised some eyebrows. A lot of people are wondering what's going on.
exactly. And that's what we're diving into today. We've got this piece from goal.com, Nigeria, and the title kind of says it all.
Nobody is saying I don't want to win. Rico Lewis lifts the lid on Man City's confidence-sapped dressing room amid an alarming run of one win in 12.
Catchy, right?
Certainly grabs your attention.
So Rico Lewis, young player, comes out with this statement, and it's got
hmm
everyone talking. So nobody's saying I don't want to win. Seems kind of obvious, like duh, you're a professional footballer, of course you want to win.
Yeah, at first glance, it seems a bit, well, redundant almost.
Right. But I think there's more to it, don't you think? I mean, why even say it unless
Unless there's doubt. Unless that very question is lingering in the air.
yeah, exactly. It's like it's almost a defense, like they're trying to convince themselves as much as anyone else.
Yeah, yeah, I see that. It's almost as if the pressure is getting to them. Makes you think about the psychology of it all, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? It's not every day we get this kind of raw honesty from players.
Mm.
Usually it's all, we'll work harder and we believe in ourselves and blah blah blah.
Very carefully crafted PR statements, yeah.
Exactly. But this from Lewis feels different.
Mm.
It's like a crack in the facade. We're seeing a glimpse of what's really going on in that locker room. And it ain't pretty, you know. Confidence sap, they say.
Yeah, confidence sapped is a pretty loaded term. And I mean, it makes sense, right? You can't just shrug off a string of losses like that, especially
Yeah.
for a team like City, used to being at the top. The pressure must be immense.
Yeah, and that pressure, that doubt, it's got to manifest somehow, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, think about it. If you're out there on the pitch and you're not feeling confident, it affects everything. You hesitate, you second guess yourself, you play not to lose instead of playing to win.
And that's what we're seeing, isn't it? Like in their last match
I go
against
right against, say, well, pick any of the recent opponents, really. The point is, their usual spark is gone. That attacking flair, that relentless pressing, it's just, it's dimmed.
and it's not just about tactics or formations, is it? It's deeper than that.
It's mental. It's that psychological edge that separates the good teams from the great. And right now, cities seem to have lost theirs.
And this is what I find so fascinating about this whole thing. We always talk about the physical side of football, the skill, the athleticism, the tactics, but this is a reminder that there's a whole other dimension to it.
Absolutely. The mental game, the psychology of winning, of losing, of dealing with pressure and expectation. And it's not just relevant to professional athletes, it's something we all face in our own lives.
Right. I mean, who hasn't felt that weight of expectation, that fear of failure? It's part of the human experience, I guess. And that's what makes this whole situation with City so relatable. These aren't just superstars. They're human beings grappling with very real, very human emotions. Makes you wonder, what happens next? Can they turn it around? Or is this just the beginning of a bigger decline? What do you think, listeners?
Tough question. I mean, we've talked a lot about what's going on inside the team, the morale, the confidence, but there's also the external factors to consider.
Oh, right. Like what?
Well, the competition this year is fierce. I mean, you've got teams like
Yeah, some real contenders out there this season.
exactly. So the pressure isn't just coming from within, it's coming from all sides. And then you've got injuries, managerial decisions, all these things that can impact a team's performance.
It's like trying to figure out this giant puzzle, isn't it? You've got to consider all the pieces, both internal and external. And maybe, just maybe, that's where we find the answer to what's going on with City.
Exactly. It's a complex situation, no easy answers, and that's what makes it so interesting to follow.
Absolutely. Well, folks, that's our deep dive into the curious case of Manchester City. We've looked at the internal struggles, the external pressures, and, we've asked a lot of questions. But hey, that's what these deep dives are all about, right? Exploring the complexities, sparking the debate, and ultimately leaving you with more to think about.
Because in the end, that's the beauty of football, isn't it? The unpredictability, the drama, the constant evolution.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, folks, and keep your eyes on City. Things are about to get interesting.
Oh, yeah. This is far from over.
And until next time, keep those deep dives going.